step a little bit closer so you can take a look at the model. Right now we are in the middle part of the castle. Here is also the reception. We were for a brief moment in the east wing. Here is the waiting area we came from. So this part, this middle part, is the oldest part of the castle. It was built in the 18th century as a hunting palace. And this hunting palace very often changed owners, and 150 years ago it was bought by Hubert and Valeska von Tille-Winkler. I will tell you a few things about this couple in a couple of minutes. And 120 years ago the owner of this middle part was Franz Hubert von Tille-Winkler. If I say count or our count today, I always mean Franz Hubert von Tille-Winkler. He was witness to this hunting palace burning down almost completely 120 years ago. Only the ground floor was left. For example, the room where the reception is, there, the floor, the ceiling, or the fireplace from the times before this fire. Hubert von Tille-Winkler, a very energetic man, he regarded this situation not as a tragedy but as an opportunity to build his main residence here. And 4 years he rebuilt this old hunting palace, and he built simultaneously a new east wing. These two parts were finished 1900, and we are visiting these two parts today. 10 years later, the building of the west wing began. The west wing was finished 1913, and here in the west wing, the second and third floor, big rooms for the guests of the count. Today these are hotel rooms. In the basement, for example, an old kitchen, a workshop, and magazines. These are working to today. Before there were also a butchery and a bakery. And under the roof, 3 floors of little rooms. And here, over the east wing, 1 floor of these rooms. In these rooms, the servants lived. We had almost 100 servants in this castle before the war. And they served the family von Tille-Winkler, which had at most 5 members. So almost 20 servants for 1 member mostly. Okay, it happens sometimes. Everything was finished in 17 years, so very quick. Not only quick, but also bending some rules. The rule was, I will check what it is. So the rule was that nothing was built in a specific style, but every owner of such estates had to choose one style from history, a style he liked, and copy it from beginning to the end. But Franz Hubert von Tille-Winkler, very eccentric and newly rich, he wanted something special for him. So he bent that rule and broke it, I would say, and used many styles from many different historical times. For example, the middle part of the castle is neo-Baroque. It resembles a hunting palace from the 18th century. The east wing is neo-Gothic. It resembles a castle from the late medieval ages. And the west wing is neo-Renaissance. It resembles a palace from the 16th century. Inside, other styles, for example here, Rococo. And this is the second room on the route every guest was guided through. They were guided through the dark staircase here. The windows are facing south here. We don't see it today, it's a little bit too dark outside, but when the sun comes out, very much sunlight comes in. And everywhere where you see drawings and paintings on the walls, they were big crystal mirrors, so a very big contrast. You came from a very dark staircase to the brightest room in the whole castle, to a room that, thanks to the windows, was looking like the biggest room. From the original equipment here, the ceiling, all the decorations around, above the paintings, the biggest one is the peacock, so we call this room the room of the peacock. Also original, the wooden elements on the walls, the doors, the windows, and here we have the chess table of the count and his seat. Originally, these 2 pieces of equipment were located in his office. We will get there, I will show you where exactly. And here Maybe not too interesting, but very interesting, a little radiator. The whole castle, since the first investment since the year 1900, was very well equipped. In a heating system, in electricity, and in flowing water. We had about 300 radiators like this in the whole castle. Only 5 survived the Second World War. This is one of the 5. And 2 of them still in perfect shape, still connected to our heating system and heating us from 116 years now. Okay, let's proceed. So this is the only room in the castle which has exactly the same function as in the times of the Count. The castle's library, today a public library, before the war the private library of the Count. How it looked 907 years ago, you can see on this picture. Please come closer, take a look. You can see there's much original equipment left. The first piece of equipment you're rather hearing than seeing. The original floor made of oak wood, not very noisy, and this floor right next to us, when we were for a few minutes ago, 40 years old and much louder than this. Also the doors, the elements on the walls and the ceiling, original, but here the furniture. All the library cabinets, 116 years old, made in Switzerland, especially for the Count. You can see the elements up above resembling walls and towers made especially for the castle. Unfortunately, we don't have the most important part here. All the books are modern. The original book collection of Franz Huber was destroyed in the 40s. Very big part of it burned down by Soviet soldiers on the terrace, but most of it survived the Second World War and destroyed here. When in the end of the 40s there was a Polish summer camp for children, so most of the books destroyed. We only have 2 pieces, 2 books of them left. We will see them on a little exhibition later. Please take a seat here in the middle of the room. Today this room is mostly a theater room. We have a music theater Castello which is performing here regularly, for example today at 5 o'clock. And also a conference room or even a wedding room from time to time. Before the war here the classes are very well the rest of the equipment here, for example the wooden floor. For example, dark green marbles on the walls and around the entrances. We have 4 original doors. The 4th for the guests. And we had this little balcony here, not very practical because every piece of art was better visible from the floor. Our Franz Hubert von Tillewinkler, our count, was a very big fan of Venice. In Venice, he saw an art gallery in Castle San Salvatore, and he wanted the exactly same art gallery in his home. So everything here is exactly like in Venice. Of course, the balcony, the roof, and the most interesting thing, I think, is the roof. Franz Hubert, very eccentric. He had very specific ideas for the castle, so he wanted this room to be an exact copy of the Italian art gallery. So 2 doors on this wall. Outside, he wanted only 1 exit. We will see the result in a few minutes. We will cross the corridor, and you will see this door doesn't exist on the other side. It is walled in, and this is nothing new. It was from the beginning like that. This is a solution to the different wishes of Franz Hubert von Tillewinkler. A blind door, something not very practical, but something he had the money for. And here, a few words about the family von Tillewinkler. A very short history, but a very interesting history. Everything started not even 100 years before these walls were built. In the year 1803, the grandfather of our Franz Hubert was born, Franz Winkler. You can hear no von Winkler. He was not nobility. He was a simple miner, who at the age of 16 started to work in a silver mine in Tarnowski Gór. He worked very hard. He was very, very intelligent, and he invested in himself. Everything he earned, he spent in education. So he became foreman, then accountant, and then the boss of the mine. When he became the boss of the mine, he was only 21 years old, so a very good career. And then he was noticed by the owner of the mine, Franz Aresin, a very rich merchant who also